Good afternoon, I'm Steve Uehara. Former University of Hawaii head football coach June Jones was introduced today as the new head football coach at SMU. Jones said it was a tough decision. Let's now join a live press conference at the University of Manoa.
June has done so much for our university and our community, and we wish him every success. Now, in the negotiations, we gave it our best shot, and it was very much a team effort. I want to thank in particular the fans for their outpouring of love and affection for the coach. I can tell you he was greatly moved. I'm most grateful to Governor Lingle for her involvement at a critical point, and to Chancellor Hinshaw for her leadership in these negotiations. I'm grateful to those football supporters and those legislators, particularly Representative Takai, who declared their support for a major initiative to upgrade UH Manoa's athletic facilities. We'll need that support as we recruit a new coach. I'm pleased to announce that some donors have already been contacting me to see how they can help. My thanks also, of course, to the players who produced such a remarkable season, a wonderful exclamation point to our centennial year. We look forward to supporting them during this time of transition and to building on their success. Finally, I also want to apologize to our fans and to the state for matters getting to this stage in the first place. Exceptional performance deserves exceptional recognition, and your university was slow to step up. That won't happen again. My focus as your president is to keep the drama on the athletic field and in the stadium where it belongs, and not at the ticket window or in contract negotiations. Chancellor?
Well, aloha. Now, all of us definitely wanted Coach Jones to continue at UH Manoa. He's accomplished so very much here in Hawaii, and his 9-year UH coaching record shows that he truly is a transformational leader. Now, during negotiations with Coach Jones and his agent, the university was able to offer a financially competitive package. In addition, UH gave assurances that non-financial matters of concern would be promptly addressed. These included such items as office renovations, using a different approach, partnering with AKA to accomplish a quality project quickly. Facilities repairs overall, also my top priority for the entire campus. Already initiating efforts from replacing the turf on Cook Field to locker rooms being in appropriate shape for recruiting. Generating new resources for athletics, such as through different management strategies for Aloha Stadium to maximizing licensing opportunities. So reviewing the competitiveness of football coaches' salaries within the department. A recruiting budget, providing what is needed to do that to generate our student athletes of the future. Interesting one was building on the Asian connection for athletics, which I thought was great since it strongly tied in with our East-West strengths on this campus. A favorite of mine, streamlining processes. Many of us went into administration because we like to facilitate progress. Bureaucracy does not accomplish that goal. One thought was an athletic board that could help move ideas and efforts forward in a more timely manner. We were pleased that Coach Jones' agent himself, Lee Steinberg, felt that these answered a number of the coach's concerns. In the end, however, Coach Jones informed us that his decision to accept the SMU position was based on his desire to undertake a new challenge and a new beginning at this stage of his life. So even though this was not the outcome any of us wanted, we do wish him well in gratitude for all that he has contributed to our lives here in Hawaii and beyond. Mahalo nui loa to Coach Jones for 9 years of dedication as a coach and as a former UH player and student. It's now our responsibility to build on Coach Jones' success that we have all enjoyed on this ride as well, particularly this year. Some upcoming issues. A search for a new head football coach will begin immediately. Also, Herman Frazier and I have met and discussed his future at UH Manoa, and there will be an announcement regarding that situation tomorrow. Now, together, we have experienced a number of highs and lows in a short period of time. So just as our UH Warriors and Coach Jones have done throughout this season, like them, we have to have a strong sense of ohana at this point and keep on striving forward. And I think Coach Jones would certainly want that to be the case. Mahalo, and we'll entertain any questions at this point.
Councillor Hinshaw, if it wasn't too little too late, was the 11th hour negotiations part of the process?
Well, let me speak to that. I'm not sure what your question is. You're saying were the negotiations part of the process?
No, was the 11th hour negotiation, was that part of the process to go to the 11th hour?
Well, it is certainly what happened.
What happened?
Will Herman Fraser be staying with the University of Hawaii?
Again, there'll be an announcement on that tomorrow.
Can you detail what this major initiative is, what their facilities, was there a price tag involved? Was there
Well, Representative Takai's letter quoted a $25 million price tag, and some of the initiatives that the Chancellor described would fit into that.
Mr. President, you, in your statement, apologize. Are you personally taking responsibility for the fact that you ended up in this 11th hour situation?
I am.
And so, what does Herman Fraser, how does he fit in what you consider the problems in this scenario?
Well, as the Chancellor said, she's had conversations with Herman, and there'll be an announcement tomorrow.
If June Jones wasn't leaving, if he had in fact stayed, would you still be having that announcement tomorrow with Herman Fraser?
You know, I don't want to get into hypotheticals, and I'm sure the Chancellor doesn't either.
Tell us more about how we got to this stage in terms of the negotiations with Mr. Jones starting so late, given the snafus in the scheduling, in ticketing, and the signs that were there before in terms of some other mishandling of critical things.
Well, that's a pretty open-ended question. Do you have a specific question?
Yes. So why didn't negotiations with Jim Jones start sooner?
They certainly should have.
Who's in charge of the football team right now?
Today, the athletic director of the University of Hawaii is Herman Fraser.
And he's in charge of the football team.
Right.
Will you consider hiring or announcing an interim coach while you undergo the process of searching for a new football coach?
We'll have more to say on that after tomorrow's announcement.
What do you have to say to some season ticket holders whom I spoke with and said that if June Jones leaves, they don't want to, they're going to give back their season tickets and not renew them?
Well, June has created a terrific system here and a terrific program on very limited resources. And as I spoke to him this morning, he said he feels he's left us in a situation where we're going to be able to build on that and continue to stay very competitive.
What is being done on the recruiting momentum with the key deadlines coming up in just a week or so?
Again, we'll have more to say about that tomorrow.
Why did you get involved in the negotiations?
I felt it appropriate. As I saw where we were at, I thought I could make a difference. Almost did.
When did you become aware of some of the concerns that June had, whether it be facilities or some of the things regarding the athletic department? When did you become aware of that, and when you start trying to go forward with some of the things that he had said?
Well, Virginia and I met with June on Friday. Before that, I certainly had heard of some concerns, but not from June himself.
You just said almost did. Can you tell us a little bit more about how far you think you got? Tell us a little bit more about.
I think we got pretty close.
You went through some details on the facilities and that. Can you tell us more about how close you got in dollars?
As Lee Steinberg has already said, it wasn't about matching their offer. He appreciated what we'd done. It was about providing some reassurance on the facilities front, and I think we did that, and he said that as well. So I think we got pretty close.
And I think the coach recognizes that there has been a momentum building, and his goal, of course, is for us to continue and build on that. So we need to keep that in mind as well.
Why wasn't the facilities issue handled earlier, given the reports in the press about problems? And secondly, is it realistic for Hawaii to have a Division I football program with state-of-the-art football facilities, given the academic challenges you're also